Good morning. I'm Raymond Rosen. I'm chairman of the board of the Susquehanna Regional Transportation Authority, better known as Rabbittransit. On behalf of Rabbittransit, I thank everyone for coming today to help us commemorate the completion of this remarkable project, the King Street Station. Today I would like to recognize our board members in attendance, Rich Carson, Keith Martin, and Darlene Brown. Participating legislators representing U.S. Senator Pat Toomey, Larissa Bailey, right over there. Representing Pennsylvania State Senator Mike Regan, B.J. Sigg. And the York County Commissioners, we have the President Commissioner Julie Wheeler and Doug Hoke. And Mayor Helfrich is here somewhere? Right behind me? Okay. I haven't seen you since you got shaved. Okay. And then for York City Council, we have the President of the Council, Sandy Walker, right there, and Betsy Buckingham. Great, thank you. Did I miss anyone?
Dolores representing State
Oh.
Representative Evans.
Thank you for being here. As our communities continue to expand and change, it's critical that our transportation network remains capable of adapting to that growth and our infrastructure remains in a good state of repair. This project is a significant step in that direction. Our renovations reflect enhancements to our platform to be more ADA friendly, removing architectural barriers for the visually impaired and others with mobility challenges. There are new design features related to safety and security and a greater roof clearance to accommodate the extended height of our compressed natural gas buses. Thousands of riders cross through the transfer center each day, and close to 2 million trips are taken on fixed route buses each year. This day, this station could not have been realized without the assistance of numerous organizations, legislative supporters, the Federal Transit Administration, the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation, and the York County Commissioners. We thank you for your continued support and dedication to the residents we serve. And we thank all of you for your participation today and hope that you will help spread the word about this tremendous resource we have in our community right in our own backyard. I now have the honor to introduce a true friend of transit and a very good friend of Rabbittransit, the Deputy Secretary for Multimodal Transportation for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, Jenny Lewers.
So good morning, everybody. For those of you that have seen me speak at other events, you know that I love ribbon cuttings, I love groundbreakings, and they're really symbolic of an amazing amount of work that has been put into whatever the project is. So in this situation, the rehabilitation of this amazing transfer facility. I think Ray really hit it on the head when he said there's been so many people involved, right? It's city support, it's county support, it's the transit agency, it's the riders of this service. That is really why we do it. I heard Rich Farr speaking to one of the riders earlier, and she said, oh, I'm just a rider, I'm not here for the event. And he said, you're the most important person here today. And that is the honest to goodness truth. So we are able to do these projects through what we consider a sustainable source of funding that was put into law with Act 89 of 2013. So if you leave here today, most of you won't remember that, but what I do want you to remember is it provided us with stable state funding that allows us to match federal dollars. So this project was right around $3 million, give or take. 1.8 of that was federal dollars, which we were lucky to bring back to the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, with a match of $1 million and then a contribution from the transit agency, which again is city and county dollars. So While you are here, if you see the representatives both at the state and federal level, I would like you to thank them for their support of those important infrastructure laws. The most recent one at the federal level, the bipartisan infrastructure law, will give us again additional funding that we will be able to incorporate into our multimodal program. So whether it's the rehabilitation of this wonderful facility, or again, working with the city and the county on bike lanes and additional signals, again, for safe multimodal transportation passage within this area, we can't say enough about it. And my communications folks always get a little nervous when I attend these events because they provide me with great notes and I don't usually reference any of them. But I want to end with this because I read this and I was like, wow, that's true and amazing. So Rabbittransit, through the leadership of the board and Rich, Farr, and Ray, they are a leader in Pennsylvania and throughout the county in customer-focused mobility solutions. They lead the way in implementing these new technologies, new ideas on how to deliver service, and form strong community partnerships to improve the lives of those in York County and throughout Pennsylvania. And for that, I am grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Jen, for those comments. We appreciate that. Next, I have the honor to introduce President Commissioner Julie Wheeler, and I know Doug's here. We pointed him out, and I just want to spend a moment to talk about the importance of the county and as a partner to us. They are a local match provider. They are the first dollar that we need because your dollar unlocks state, which unlocks federal. So it is a partnership of three major funders, and so very, very important, and we're glad you're here today, Julie.
Thanks, Rich. It is a pleasure to be here today, and what a great day to celebrate this grand opening of the Susquehanna Regional Transportation Authority's King Station. That is wonderful. For those of you that don't know, York is one of the fastest growing counties in Pennsylvania. We are the 8th largest county in Pennsylvania, and what a better way to support the growth than a robust transportation system. Did you know that more than half of rapid transit riders use the bus to get to their place of employment? And as stated by the previous speakers, it's so important to have this means of transportation for people to get to their jobs. In a time when employers need employees and employees need access to jobs, this project is well timed. Projects like this one can spark an economic chain reaction that generates business activity, creates jobs, boosts property tax values and tax earnings, and gets more people to work. Transportation projects, excuse me. Sorry, I was having some background noise. Okay. At a time when competition for resources is fierce, capital funding for public transportation is an investment in America's business, and that makes economic sense. Transportation projects funded by the Federal Transit Administration and PennDOT requires local match, as you heard from Rich. York County is pleased that its investment helped to secure those additional state and federal funds. Because of this collaboration, we are working together to strengthen the quality of life for the residents here in York County. There's no better place to live, work, and play than historic York County. And rapid transit helps ensure that people have the access to do just that. Thank you.
Thank you, President Commissioner. Now I have the honor to introduce the City of York Mayor, Michael Helfrich.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. As with Jen, people give me notes and I don't usually use them. So I'm going to quickly do the part from the notes so I can get into what I really want to talk about. But of course I do want to talk about this too, and I want to thank our federal partners, the Federal Highway Administration Transportation Alternative Set-Aside Program and PennDOT's York YAMPO, York MPO grant, $884,000 going to not only this program, but also the interconnectedness with the bike lanes and the neighborhoods in this community. And then also $435,000 with Rabbittransit and with the city in the multimodal partnership grant. So thank you all for all of your partnerships. But what I really want to talk about is the people of York City and what Rabbittransit and what you all are doing for the people of York. And to get very specific, 45%, I live right over here, about 4 blocks over. I thought I had the shortest commute, but then I saw Mike Pritchard and I saw Doug Hoke, and a bunch of us live pretty close here. And by the way, Mike Pritchard, thank you for guiding us through this as the City of York planner and now as the Transportation Director. Is that right? Transportation Director, something like that for the York County Planning Commission. Mike Pritchard had a lot to do with this, so let's hear it for Mike Pritchard, please. And I know there are a lot of other partners, but he was the one that was in my ear all the time, making sure that I was participating and getting everything done that we needed to get done. But just right across the creek here, imagine this. To be specific, 45% of the families right over there don't have cars. Can you imagine a life without a car? I bet most of you have cars. Linda, you don't have a car, do you? But imagine a life without a car. What do you have? You've got Rabbittransit. You've got Rabbittransit to be an affordable, steady, something you can count on every day, something that you can put into your agenda and say, this is going to get me where I need to go so I can support my family, so I can get to doctor's appointments, so that I can get to all the things that I need to keep moving forward and to build myself up, build my family's economy up. So I just want to thank you, Rabbittransit, for all you do, not just for the city, but for commuters all over the county. So thank you, Rabbittransit. And it's very interesting because we celebrate this today, and I heard it celebrated as a completion, but I support it as a milestone and even a beginning point because this is the epicenter of so much more that is going on right now, particularly with the bike trails and with the ability of pedestrians, bikers, and even other commuters to come here and use this as the central location to reach so many other destinations. So very soon you're going to see an interconnectedness of the rail trail, the King Street bike lane now going 2 ways, so you can get to places and get back safely in an area that's designated just for bikers. Then of course connecting with our Broadway Greenway, and I've got a little bit of a dream that I'm working on and working with York County Economic Alliance and some others to have another trail on the other side of the creek that'll reach the whole way out to the West End neighborhoods that way, and then bring all these trails together around right here, Princess Street and the baseball stadium, so everything is interconnected and everything is connected to this transit station. So I am very excited to be here. I want to thank you again, all the participants from the federal and state level, our local partners, and everybody involved. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor. We invited Representative Carol Evans Hill. She couldn't make it. Her representative, Dolores, would you like to say a few words? All right. Thank you for coming. We appreciate it.
Good morning, everybody. Muy buenos días. On behalf of State Representative Carol Hill Evans, my name is Dolores Minaya, and I am the Community Outreach Director for Hill Evans. I am very happy to be here in this opening, and the opening of the King Street Station. We love our opening. We wait very long for this opening. I can't read. And we are very excited for this to be finally done. And so many people have been waiting, and like everybody said, this station is like a home for many people that doesn't have car to go to where they need to go. Not only to the doctor's appointment, not only to work, but sometimes on Sundays, when family had nothing to do or where to take their kid, what they do? They take the Rabbittransit and go around the city. Sometime, I'm not sure if it's still that service available to Maryland. Still, yeah, that is incredible, right? From York to Maryland, you can just take your family and go there. So on behalf of State Representative Carol Hill Evans, thank you, Rabbittransit, for all your services and for being there for many families and for all York City, York County, and even Maryland. Have a nice day.
That'd be great. Thank you. Thank you, Dolores. We appreciate your comments, and please extend our gratitude to the representative. I know she was a supporter of Act 89, which was part of the funding for this great project, so that's pretty important stuff. As you may have gathered by now, my name is Rich Farr. I'm the Executive Director of Rabbittransit, and I'd like to echo some of Ray's earlier comments about our appreciation for our funding partners. I haven't mastered these glasses yet. Looking over them, it's really a challenge. So Rabbittransit, a municipal authority formed by Adams, Cumberland, Dauphin, and York counties and the city of Harrisburg. And today, again, a special thank you to York County for providing local match for this project. Additional funding was provided by the Federal Transit Administration, and I too would like to thank Deputy Secretary Lewis and PennDOT for their ongoing support. In addition to the funding needed for this project, they provided the engineering and design support as well. So a very key stakeholder and partner in this project. A thank you to JMT, KCI, and Gannett Fleming for the architectural and engineering work to build this incredibly functional transit hub. The contractors who brought this vision to life include Kinsley, Shannon A. Smith, and Midstate Mechanical. I need to thank additional partners, and I listed 3 here, but as I look across the platform, there certainly are a lot more than just 3. The City of York, Logos Academy, and the Center for Independent Living. Thank you, Mayor. You heard his comments about the project that we're working on right now. What we tend to do in addition to the bike lane and a really enhanced pedestrian crossing, I'm pretty excited about the potential of having some signal prioritization in the next few lights moving up so it gets our buses out of the transfer center and moving quickly through the community. If you're ever here when the buses leave, you kind of get gridlocked in the next couple blocks. So we're pretty excited about that. Thank you to Logos Academy. They were a great neighbor and partner through this project. They're located over here, and we were on the King Street Bridge, and we really had to work together on the busing between their students and our passengers, so we were very grateful for them. The Center of Independent Living, I see you back there, Hillary, thank you. They were a partner. They allowed us to have a ticket window, customer service center on their location on Market Street that allowed us to continue to serve the customers in that fashion. And without them, we would not have been able to do that, so thank you. AARP's here. They've been a great partner for a long time. They're over here under the platform where we hope to have bike rentals at some point. There is a bike repair station that was sponsored by the AARP, so we're grateful for them. Commuter Services, and this is my last thank you that's not on my note, but we see them here. We couldn't do a lot of our work if it wasn't for them. They really help us connect to the employers. And probably most importantly for me is thank you to the Rabbittransit team. Most of them you'll see running around in yellow vests. They were really critical to our operation to make this project happen, and today and every day. So let's hear it for the Rabbittransit team. A primary catalyst for this project began with a meeting with our rider advocacy group. We had a focus group session on the barriers related to public transportation. It was through this conversation we had with them that we discovered there were a lot of barriers at our old transit center. ADA barriers which prevented folks with, who needed wheelchairs or canes to navigate the platform, and it really prevented them from having full access to mobility. And it was really their voice that allowed this project to start. They were at the epicenter of that. And we want to be the absolute best transit program for everybody, and we needed to hear their voice. And to kind of honor that a little bit, we are streaming on Facebook Live right now as we speak, because many of our partners in that advisory group couldn't make it here today, but they wanted to hear what we were talking about. So this is how we're continuing to provide additional access to our really key stakeholders. I'd like to take a moment to communicate the importance of public transportation in our community. For many of our citizens, it is the lifeline to the world that we live in, that they live in. Transit provides numerous benefits far, far beyond just a ride. The role of public transit in our community cannot be taken lightly. Many of our customers whom without this service would be housebound, unable to buy groceries, gain access to employment, or reach life-sustaining medical services such as dialysis and chemotherapy. Transit is truly important to our local economy. It connects people to jobs, goods, and is incredibly important to everyday life. I'd like to thank you for joining us today to commemorate the advancement of mobility in York County. And I just want to echo the mayor, your comment that this isn't the end, but it's the beginning. And I really like those words because I really think that's how we have to look at that. So thank you everybody for joining. We are going to do a little ribbon cutting event, and then if there's any questions from the media, we could take that at the end of that. So thank you very much for joining us today. All right, count to three. 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you very much.